Do I look so fresh and so clean? Hello, and welcome to episode 116 of the Once Upon a Corgi podcast. This is a crafty puppy interrupted podcast coming to you from Southern Connecticut. I'm your human host, Gabby, and you can find me everywhere online as Gabby Gales and all my hand-dyed yarn at Once Upon a Corgi and onceuponacorgi.com. Thank you so much for taking some time out of your day to spend with my little corner in the internet to see what we are crafting and being yelled at by dogs for. Seamless introduction. So I don't know if you've noticed, but thanks to a little bit of a D-stash we did with some shawl samples and the revenue from the ads we put on this video, we have upgraded our camera. I'm in focus and I can see myself, you guys. This is next level for me. So last week I recorded a video and the entire thing was out of focus, so I decided to use the money from the sample D-stash to invest in a, this is now going to be a recording and vlogging camera. We got a Nikon J5. They're no longer really in production. I think the Z series is the new version of this, but it is a small digital camera with the flip screen, and I can interchange the lenses, so as we work more into upgrading all of our equipment, we can invest in some new lenses, and I love it. It's small, it's light, it's going to be really good for vlogging, and it's good for recording this, so I can see myself. So if my eyes keep moving, it's because I can actually see myself for the first time in years. So thank you so much to everybody who shopped the D-stash and watches the ads that combined helped us upgrade everything. Yay! So that's basically all of our news. We do have a giveaway going on in the Ravelry group, which is for Yarnia designs. We have a sweater and a hat pattern. I will be closing that tonight, the 31st of January, and pulling that for our next podcast. So thank you so much to everybody who's already responded. Entered the giveaway. There it is. The prompt was, what's your make 9? What's your make 20? What's your list of goals for this year, crafting wise or non-crafting wise? Yeah, and that's it for podcasting information. So let's get into the crafting. Starting off with what I'm wearing my Hope cardigan by Amy Christoffers from Making Number 1. It is in Lana Planteas, naturally dyed by marigolds on their Rambouillet base, and I have on a butterwork pattern that I made out of spiderweb lace. The end. I have a ton of stuff to show you because we didn't podcast last week because frustration, and I've had a super productive wedding crafting week. I don't know if it's just me or the camera, but man, these bags are just so pronounced this week. So finished object number 1 is the Twist Slouch Hat by Tif Neilon, and this is out of my hand-dyed yarn. So this is out of my Cecil base, which is 100% superwash BFL and an Aeron weight, and the colors are Ravishing and the speckles are Fireheart. This was part of her Fireheart cowl and Twist Slouch Hat kit that we put together. Remember to face this way because of the lights. And she taught a class on it at Twist Yarns last weekend. So mine is done. I love it. I thought it was going to be huge. It is not. You know, just trust in the designer. And here it is. Can you see it? Ta-da! I love the slouchy hat. It does fit. I haven't tried it on with my hair down, but it fits really nicely with my hair up, which is good. It covers my ears. And this yarn is just so squidgy. I love it so much. Yes. So we did a trunk show for this last weekend with kits. That's shop update news. I'll do that later. I use size 13 Look-A needles for the herringbone. Can you see that? Isn't that, oh, look at that giant dog hair. Hold on. Oh, the focus. It's great. The herringbone rib, I did size 13, and the rest of the hat, I did a size 9. And I love the subtle speckles. Like, sometimes it really blends in, and then other times, oh bam, Fireheart. Such a good pattern. This is coming out early February. I don't think I have a exact date yet for it, but when I know, I will let you know. I'm telling you, I have a lot. Finished object number 2 is a pair of socks. Didn't expect to see these ones, did you? I have no idea what the name of this yarn is. I know it's Italian. I've lost the label. I don't know when I cast these on. November maybe? October even? Who knows? I found them in a project bag and I kept working on them. So these are just plain vanilla socks in this patterning self-striping, which I adore. I think I almost got the, oops, that I love self-patterning yarn. I did a 2x2 rib. Look at the detail. Audrey, stop. It's just the vet's office. 2x2 rib, 64 stitch count on US ones. On one heel, I did an afterthought heel because the other heel, I did a fish lips kiss heel and then forgot to stop for the heel on the second sock. This seems to be a trend with me. I just did my regular star toe. I'm just gonna keep zooming in on everything. I can't stop. Yeah, so they were just a quick, mindless, vanilla knit for myself. I just needed something. I must have cast them on for the movies. I really don't even remember. They're washed, they're blocked, and they're going into my box of socks, which I'm not doing this year because I still have no sock mojo. Our last knitting finish object is the Clark socks by Jacelyn Salem. I knit this out of my hand-dyed yarn on the Aeron base, which is our 100% BFL tweed in the Murkwood colorway. I'm gonna take one off the sock blocker because they don't fit. So these are Jake's wedding socks. I did a 72 stitch count, and what I did was just added 2 stitches on either side of the pattern and then followed the pattern to how she wrote it. So it is this beautiful cable with little pearl bumps and a little cable on the back. I did Mina Phillips German short row heel with a mini heel flapping gusset. I'm pretty sure that fits him pretty well. And yeah, what did I say, 72 stitch. I did this on a US 1 and they are finished. They are washed, they are blocked. Can you see that? All the zooming ins. Look at this cable. They're done. I did a I basically followed the pattern exactly minus those couple extra stitches on the side, which it's such a good pattern. You basically had the whole thing memorized after doing it a couple times. It's very easy to follow. Yes, bud. I kind of want a pair for myself. I feel like socks are the only patterns I can repeat. So now they are done. And all of the gift knitting is now officially done for the wedding, maybe. I might have to knit another tie and set of mitts, but we'll figure that out later. Hi. If you want pets, go on the bed. No, I just want head scritches, and I just want them here. And I did a wedge toe. I think last time I talked I had one done, and one was at the heel almost. So these are done, they are washed, and they are going to go into a small box for the rest of... So these are going into his gift box until the day of the wedding, which right now is just my stash shelf. But like tucked really nicely in there so you can't see them. I don't know if he knows about them, but that's fine. That's fine. And that's it for my knitting finished objects. I have finished some other wedding things, so I'm going to insert a video here because it's now so easy to do. It wasn't that hard before. I was just lazy. I have finished both of our cloaks for purely aesthetic reasons. We have Game of Thrones cloaks. I have made them out of a blend of fabric, affordable fabrics. I have no idea what's in them. It's probably cotton. It might be a little wool. It's probably polyester. Wasn't on the tag. And some faux fur from Joann Fabrics. I used felled seams. I believe I showed this to you already, but I used felled seams for the inner seams, and then I did invisible stitch for the sides and the hem. And then I just hand stitched the fur onto the cloak itself, and I am working with a lovely maker to figure out the leather strap, so I'm so excited for that. I can't wait. I'm so excited. I can't wait. So those are almost done. I just need the straps. That's it. That's in the works. And I have made house banners because also very super important wedding things. What every wedding needs, I guess, is house banners with your sigils on them. So Jake and I made our house sigils. I had my mock-up from the SCA that I never sent in or got made. And we did this on, the background is broadcloth. Sorry, my phone is blowing up. So the background of the banners is broadcloth, just a light gray that we got at Joann's, and the Corgis and Cecil are felt that we also got at Joann's. I believe this is a wool felt, but we got it on sale, and I think I have enough left over of that maroon to make a purse. I have a good amount left over, and I've seen like wool felted purses, and I think they're great, and I kind of need something for like just quick going out stuff where I don't need to bring a sweater. Like I can fit a sock in my wallet and that's it. I need something like that. So I'm gonna try and draft something up. Who knows when? I'd love to have it for the honeymoon, but with what time, Gabby? With what time? Yeah, and our plan is to just do some wooden dowels painted and some rope or something to hang them. Jake is on that. That's his job. I just need to finish the top edge and make the little loop for the dowel to go through, and they are finished. My friend Danielle helped me make them, draw out the corgis, cut everything out, and then we hand stitch the felt to the broadcloth. I love how they look. They're amazing, and I can't wait to just hang them up in my house properly instead of randomly on a door. That is all of our finished objects. It's a lot. I don't know how long this video is gonna be, but we'll see. So I have one work in progress that I'm actively working on right now. I do have a set of mitts that I have been working on. I'm going to try and finish them before the wedding. Who knows? I'm going to focus on the cardigan though. Netherton cardigan by Lydia Glock. This is from the re-release of issue 1 of Pom Pom. And I am knitting this out of my hand spun Classy Squid Fiber Co. in the Illyrian Wings colorway. And here it is so far. Oh, the sparkle. So I started this and then had to rip out because I did my math. I did my math right. I just got the wrong answer. I went in the opposite direction. So I am now doing size 1. I am doing it on US 4. I don't remember the millimeter names. And this feels pretty good. I am very close to the splitting for the armholes on this guy. Got my little soup can stitch progress keeper. Oh, he backwards. Yee! Kills me. I should put the bat on here, my Illyrian wing on here. I might. I'll probably do that too. Yeah, I love this pattern. Super easy so far. Right now it's just a raglan style increase, top down, open face cardigan. There are 2 sets of increases you have to follow at the same time, but they're very simple. And then it's got a little bit of detail on the wrists and the waist. This is going to be a long sleeve cropped cardigan to wear over the wedding dress for photos or the after party, or if I get cold situation. It is a March wedding, so who knows what the weather's gonna be. And I adore this cardigan. It's taking so long because I keep stopping and petting the yarn. It's averaging out to be like maybe a sport weight, maybe a heavy fingering. It's just these little speckles of like blue and reds and the sparkles on this just deep, almost like so dark it's almost black brown. I just can't get over it at all. I'll never be over this. Oh my god, look how pretty it is. It's just so good. So good. Yeah, so this is my main focus. I have 40 something days. 3, 2, 29, 39, 42, 42 days? I don't know, I'm trying to do math on camera. That was a terrible plan. I'm gonna be fine. I'm gonna be fine. It's so good. It's so good. I haven't really sat down and worked on it since knit group. There's just been so many things going on, and I've gotten ready to knit before bed, like watch a little bit of The Office and knit for a little bit, but then I just sort of end up holding my project bag and watching The Office and then falling asleep. As you do, obviously. So I am hoping to start scheduling in my knitting projects like I used to and see if that helps. Now that a lot of the sewing is out of the way, I think most of my making time can go back to knitting, even though I want to cast on so many things. I'm really tempted to start caking up all the yarn for the stuff I want to cast on after the wedding, but I know if I do that, I'm going to risk knitting that instead of what I'm supposed to knit. And that is what I have been crafting. I do want to, again, work on all the sewing plans I have, but I have made no moves to do so. I really think it's because my sewing section is a mess right now, I'm not even going to show you. It's a disaster, but I'm not totally sure how to fix it at this very moment. So I'm going to let it be and just work around it for a while. With that, that leads us into a shop update and beyond crafting. So if you were not here for any of those, thank you so much for watching. And if you are here for either or both, let us continue on. There will not be a shop update this week. I am in the middle, almost middle end. I'm at the end of dyeing all of the pre-orders for an Advent of Woolen Minis, colors 1 through 8 and 25. I love them so much. I spy so many Callan My Cowls and Love Note sweaters, and I cannot wait to see them all start being knit up. It's killing me to let them go. So I have 2 more days of dyeing for those. I'm hoping to get them shipped out by midweek next week, and then we are planning a huge batch of updates for February, because as of right now, we will have one update potentially in March, and then March we are basically taking off of dyeing. My plan is to stock the shop with as much yarn as I can fit in this apartment. That way all of March there's still stuff in the shop for everybody, but I won't be actively dyeing anything. The week before the wedding we'll be making all of the desserts, and then we are leaving for our honeymoon the Saturday after the wedding and not returning until the following Saturday, and then the next Saturday I'm going to Montreal for Knit City. So March is packed. It's insane. I don't know what I was thinking doing any of this. So that is the plan. We're just gonna do massive updates for February. So keep an eye out on Instagram and the newsletter for colors and bases. I'm gonna try and get as many bases as I can into the shop. And that's our plan. That's basically it. We're just gonna dye until our fingers fall off. That way, March, you can peruse with leisure, at your leisure. I don't know. So yeah, that's shop update news. Thank you to everybody who came to the trunk show last weekend. It was phenomenal. Oh no, I do have more shop update news. We will be putting together a kit update for Tif's Fireheart cowl and Twist slouch hat. They will be a foreskein kit of Aeron, the Cecil Aeron weight with the 4 colors that we put together for the trunk show. I will be putting those up on Thursday. Again, I'll be posting to Instagram, and I will put out a little mini newsletter beforehand because we decided on the date literally 10 seconds ago. So I did not put it in my newsletter last week. By last week, I mean last night. So that is our mini pre-order update. So that'll take about a week and a half to 2 weeks to dye up. We're gonna leave it open for a week, and then it should take me a couple days to dye those up. That's it, right? Kit pre-orders are going up, Advent pre-orders are going out. Big updates are coming soon. Keep an eye out. I think that's it for shop update news. So thank you so much to everybody who came to the trunk show and shopped the mohair update since we last podcasted, and for supporting the shop. Okay, awkward silence. Beyond crafting. So this is everything I've been up to besides crafting, and that is, as you can guess, all wedding things. We are planning our last meetings with the photographer, with the videographer, with our coordinator, with the florist, with the baker, because I'm not making cannolis, so we have a cannoli lady. Yeah, and then just sort of making all of the lists for all of the things. But we did finally finish. I wept through the pain and finished Empire of Storm, so now we're back onto Assassin's Blade. I'll never stop. Mostly because there's now 32 days until our new book comes out. So I am still on book 1, which is The Assassin and the Pirate. This is the prequel novels to the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas. I recommend reading the series books 1 through 5, the prequel, and then 6 and 7. Because then you get to sort of get these tidbits of all these adventures Selena goes on. And then before Tower of Dawn, you need to read this because it introduces a character that you will just spend the whole Tower of Dawn book cackling the whole time. So I'm on this. This is going to be a super quick read. It just hurts a little bit right now because we're in the pirate book. Sam. Poor Sam. So the character in this one, because they are... I'm never going to be over these. There's a different character highlighted in a special ink color, and this one is Sand Cortland in Avery River Teal. Yeah. I'm just gonna burst into tears looking at the back of this book. So I am on this. I do really want to, I love these books so much. I don't think I've ever reread a book series this quickly. I would like to finish the other two books before her newest book comes out, and then I'm going to bring Shadow and Bone on the honeymoon with me for some poolside reading, and I cannot wait. Maybe. Knowing my luck, it's going to be like 30 degrees and freezing rain in Florida when we're there. So that was what I have been reading, and I do have a lot of makes planned because as of last week, a couple friend of ours announced that they are expecting their first child, which is going to be a boy. So I have gone through and made billions of tiny baby knits to make for them. So I cannot wait. I have like a whole pile of like leftover from project scraps that would be perfect for baby knits. So I have a huge list of things I want to knit for them. They're due in July, so I have plenty of time, and I think it's going to be perfect. Like, get done quick, instant gratification, knits. They don't have like a color scheme yet, but I figure, you know, just stick to neutral colors and you'll be fine. Also, it's a baby. If it's gonna be covered in speckles, it's gonna be adorable no matter what. It's a tiny sweater. Yeah, so my plan is to just knit a bunch of 6-month sides since it will be born in July. They're not gonna need any wool until later. That's really what we have been up to. Again, lots of wedding stuff. We are nose to the grindstone right now. The wedding corner is getting a little outrageous. We're now on technically 3 bins, but it's split up into 4 just because of bulk. So I'll be excited for all of the craziness to subside and get my house back in order soon. I definitely feel a giant cleaning, purging day coming on again. I do want to go through my stash one more time before I go to Montreal because I'm excited for all of the Canadian yarns. But yes, we are going to Montreal. And if you are interested, if you are in the tri-state Connecticut area and would like to go, one of the ladies in my knit group is a travel agent, and she has put together the whole package for us, including bus, hotel, breakfast, dinner, all 3 days. If you are interested in that, send me an email and I will get you in touch with her, and she will, she has a little brochure going over pricing and exactly what is included. And I think we have the list of the 2 restaurants we're going to Friday and Saturday night too. So yeah, with that, thank you so much for watching and putting up with my out of focus podcast, but hopefully no longer. UPS is now here. Great. Thank you so much for watching the podcast, supporting the shop, and supporting us. And we will see you guys next week. Goodbye.